Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowies here. I'm going to show you how to set up and pack away the Darche twin cube shower tent.
Hit it.
Got a nice quick instant up frame. It's easy to set up with one person and best yet, fits back in the bag. So your ensuite will come packed in this storage bag. It's got a couple of handles here for easy carry. It's 110 centimeters long and about 18 centimeters square at the end here. There's also a little padded section at the end of the bag, which is quite good because it stops the frame from wearing away that bag on the end there, gives it a bit of a longer life. So inside the bag itself, we've got the fly cap, which will go on top of the ensuite tent. We've got a little accessories or storage pocket that you can set up on the inside there. We've got this this black pole, which I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I'm pretty sure it must be a towel hanger, but we'll find that out sooner rather than later. We've also got our set of pegs. So these pegs are just your very basic standard pegs that come with a lot of sort of tents or ensuite shelters. They'll probably do the trick if you're just in normal grass like this at a caravan park. You probably want to upgrade them if you're going somewhere with more compact ground, or possibly look at getting different pegs for sandy places as well. And last but not least, we have the ensuite tent. Now inside the bag you'll also find your warranty card as well as your setup instructions sewn in there so they don't get lost. So the first thing that we're going to do is untie these straps. Now these will come on your tent when it's fresh out of the bag, brand new. They can be pretty handy to keep a hold of them to help put your tent away for the future, but then obviously not essential. I'll undo this second one here. And then once this straps up, we are going to just open up the tent like so. Now, if you're familiar with the Instant Up style frame tents, either from like Instant Up tents themselves or other ensuite tents, what you've got here is your 4 poles with a fixed frame. So there's nothing here that you'll need to worry about in terms of putting together. We're just going to lay the tent out in as much of a sort of clear rectangular flat base as we can. And then we're going to bring this central hub up like so, and then lift that up and pop out our legs on either side like so. Now this can be a bit of a tricky job to do with a single person, as you can see. It'll be a lot handier to have another person on hand to do so. So once we've got our legs upright, the next thing we're going to do is push our center hub down till that locks into place. So I'll show you how that one's done again. We're just going to push that one straight down and that will spring into place, and that locks our roof in. So the next thing you're going to do is place your fly cap over the top. Now the instructions do say not to secure it at this point, because I believe that the anchor points for this fly cap are in this part that we've not yet extended. But it's really, really windy here today, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to put this fly cap on and it's going to stay there. I've noticed on the underside that there are some Velcro tabs. So what I'm going to do is just really lightly, so I'm not trapping it too much or pulling it too tight. I'm just going to gently wrap that over the frame, just on the 2 front sections here, to see if I can stop the wind from carrying it away while I continue setting up. So that looks like that's not actually going to go anywhere now. I'll just straighten it up around the back here as well. So the next stage is to extend our vertical legs. So we're just going to lift this inner pole out here, and I can feel that the frame is tilting and wobbling a fair bit now. It's definitely something that's going to be much easier to do with 2 people, but I'm determined to make this work, so let's keep going. We're extending it out until it's locked into place and this red button here has pushed out of the pole. So I'm going to run quickly over to the other side. Locked into place. Run over here, put my foot on the base as well. That helps to keep the bottom of the tent secure while we're pulling this up. Locked in, and then our last pole. Oh. Right, that wasn't too bad. I had the wind against me as well, but we've definitely got it up. Now we're going to lock in or anchor the top canopy. So remember before, I've just Velcroed these loosely in place here. So I'm going to loosen that down. You'll be able to see on the inside here, I'm not sure if you can see where this seam joins. It's roughly about where the corner of your roof and vertical poles are going to line up. And on the side of the tent here, we've got these fabric loops. Now this is where we're going to connect the hook on our elastic cord. So we're going to do that on every single corner. Again, pull it across. Make sure you got your tensioning really well with those seams lined up with the shape of the roof. Pop your hook into your loop. And last corner. So right now our top fly is on. There's those Velcro tabs I mentioned before, and there's actually 2 of them. So if you come around here, I'll show you how. We're just going to Velcro them around the poles just to make sure that that fly is secured, not just through that elastic tie. All right, that's done. And on all 4 corners, we've also got our guy ropes here as well, which you'll need to peg out and keep your tent nice and anchored. Obviously super ideal, especially if you're going to be dealing with some windy or wild weather. So I've got a couple more things to set up, but I've just realized that I've set the ensuite tent up around back to front. So we'll just get the tent rotated around. All right, retension it. All right, now we've got it exactly where we want it. And of course, the next step that we are going to do, although I'm not going to do it for you here today, is to just peg into the tent pegs through these little D-loops that we've got on these webbing straps on all 4 corners of the feet. And we've also got in the middle here an additional webbing loop here to peg in as well. So I've got a last couple of things that I want to set up and check before we're good to go. The first one is the floors inside are removable. So we're just going to want to check that we've got, if you know, you want your floor to be stowed away. Otherwise, if it's not fully hooked in, you can do so by putting that in the little loop that is available for you there. And then we've also, as I showed you sort of earlier on in the video, got a couple of extra things that have come in the bag. So the first one here is our storage pocket. You'll see that we've got 4 corners with a strap and a little hook on it. So you can pop these in side the tent here, anywhere you like, essentially, where you've got these little loops. So up here, I'm going to pop this up here in this little corner, like so, in the bottom, and then we'll get the 4th one on. And this one here. Now these little hooks and little O-rings are nice and tight and snug, so there's no worry that they're going to pop off or fall off at all. And then last but not least, we'll come into the other chamber for this one, I reckon. We've got a couple of straps that have a C-clip on one end and a hook on the other, and our black pole. So as I suspected, I reckon this is your towel rail. So we're going to put your hooks on like this on either side. And then we'll bring that into our second chamber and hang these up again from these little black loops in the corner. That's how easy and quick it is to set up your Darche twin cube shower tent, even just as one person. Now I'm gonna go through all the opposite and we'll pack it away. First thing first, I'm just going to basically do everything in reverse. We're going to remove our towel rail. Second thing I'm going to do is remove our storage pockets. Also just unroll the floor here. And I'm going to go around now and unhook and unvelcro all the spots for our fly cap. And last but not least, now next step is to unlock and drop all of our 4 corner poles. Now, because it's only just one person doing this, you're not going to be able to fully collapse them in one go. You're probably able to get both sides done actually, but not one pole at a time. So we'll just release this one off and then release this second one on this side, and then that should all slide down together. All right, now once we're back to this position here, we're going to totally remove the fly cap. And I'm going to put it straight back in the bag. Now initially when I set it up, I didn't bother putting the pegs in, but we got a fair bit of gust of wind here, so I ended up doing it. So now we're just going to go and move around, removing all the pegs from the ground. So from here, I'm going to release this central hub, which will remove all the tension on the top of the frame here. And I'm going to lift this up and push in my 4 corner knuckles at the same time. And this central hub here should just drop like a pillar. Now from this point, we're just going to walk around and collect all 4 corners and bring them into the middle like so. And then from here, we're just going to lay the tent flat and then wrap all the material around that central pub. Now from here, it's fairly straightforward. Depending on whether or not you choose to keep these webbing straps or pieces of ties that you have when you first open your tent, you can either stuff it into your bag like so, or just grab them and retie your ensuite bundle. Now from here, we're going to grab our bag, and as you can see, the zip goes all the way over, only on one end. So the first end we'll put in, which is the padded end, and the end that I like to put the raw plastic part of the frame, I guess you'd call it. We'll tuck that in nicely and then slip the other end in like so. Now we'll tuck everything in together and zip her up. Making sure you're not going to pinch any of the ensuite tent fabric. There we go. Quick and easy. And there you have it for the Darche Twin Cube Shower Tent. You can get this at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day. If you found this video helpful, give us a like. If you've got any questions or comments, chuck them below. You can head here to subscribe or here for more helpful videos.